Hi you guys, it's Karina. So I am back with another video tutorial today, and it's going to be just a little refresher review on my template 80, which is this one right here. So you are seeing two different sizes. So there are two different templates here. So it's my template 79. So it's the same rows, it's just different sizing. Template 79, which is roughly around 2 inches, and then template 80, which is around 3.5 inches, okay? But we're gonna do the tutorial for this one today. She already has one on my YouTube channel along with template 79, but I need one more of these. I am making these for my cousin for her quinceañera that's coming up pretty soon, and her theme is purples. So I am making a few for some of the centerpieces. So I figured, you know what, let me just do a quick tutorial on how to do it. Only because I am omitting one of the layers of petals, and when we get to that I will show you, but I wanted something cute and simple, so that's why I figured template 80 was going to be perfect. And I know she needed a little bit more smaller ones as well, so I figured, you know what, my template 79 is perfect. So these are available in SVG along with PDF, okay? So when you purchase it on my Etsy, you're gonna get both the SVG and the PDF template. Now, SVG means it is strictly for cutting machines. I cannot tell you how many times I have clients getting so confused, thinking that SVG is meant for hand cutting. It is not, you guys. SVG means it is for cutting machines such as Cricut or Silhouette. PDF is for you to hand cut, and all you're going to do is you're going to print out the PDF on hard copy. There's going to be 5 petals. You are going to cut those petals out, and those will be your petals that you're going to use to trace and cut out. Video tutorials are provided for you here on YouTube to follow along, and I will tell you exactly how to do it. None of my templates have written instructions, you guys, okay? Just because for me personally, I am a visual learner, I need to go step by step. So any template you see on my website have tutorials, okay? I'm not going to leave you hanging and not provide a video tutorial for you. And those video tutorials will be, you can find them under the item details, okay? Under Etsy, under the template description, under item details, you will find all the links there. And my always recommendation for you first is click on those links, just copy and paste, watch the videos and maybe see, can I tackle it? And if you think you can, then I recommend you purchasing the template, you guys, okay? So here is my SVG. Just wanted to show you how I cut my petals. Now, for the inner petals right here, you're going to need 8, okay? And then for your rosebud, you're going to need 2 of these right here. And then you're going to need 3 petals of your 4th petal. Okay, and then your largest petal. Now, because I had already saved onto my Cricut, I had already made 9 of these just because I have already this saved, but because I kind of wanted this more simpler, I'm just omitting 3 of them. So technically you only need 6, but I did cut out 9 of the larger ones, okay? And I'll tell you again as we're going on the tutorial how many you need of each, okay? Okay, so I am using text weight paper. Now you can also use 65. So I did use a mixture of 65-pound weight along with the text weight paper. They're both from Michaels. I'm not too sure if you guys know. I don't know if it's just an online thing, but I did find it once and I couldn't find it anymore. That they had a couple of packs in text weight. So the Purple Passions pack from Michaels that I absolutely use all the time, they had it in text weight paper. So that is what I'm using. But again, I've seen it once when I went and I haven't been able to find them, but I know you can find them online if you want their text weight. I don't know if all the packs are in text weight, but I think a few of them are. So I just gathered all my 8 inner petals and I'm using my wooden dowel to kind of give them a curl. Now, just letting you know that template 79 and all the other sizes from this rose are all assembled. You can assemble them exactly the same way. And there's more tutorials on my YouTube, you guys, on the other sizes. Sizes are sold separately because everyone has a preference on sizing. Some people work with larger petals. And some of you work with smaller, especially like shadow boxes. The 2-inch is popular for that. So that is why they are sold separately. But if you have the SVG, I always tell my clients, mess around with the sizing and you can create your own sizes, you guys, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and just get 4 of them. So pretty much all my other roses are pretty much assembled the same way with the inner rows. So you're just gonna do 4 like this. Let's get the other 4. 2 like that. Sorry if you hear my dog in the background. All right, guys, let me pause it here because my dog is trying to get out of this room. All right, so I have my 2 sets here ready to go. So I am gonna get one of them. I'm gonna cross the, so notice so we don't want the first or the last 2 that we laid, we want the first 2. And we are going to intertwine them. So just cross them. You're making a cone, do you see that? Now you're gonna get your glue gun. I am gonna be using my Sherbonder detailed glue gun, the mini one. This is my go-to for small paper flowers, just because that nozzle is thinner. Because if you were to use a full-size gun on this small little petal, that might hurt. So this is my go-to. And you can find Sherbonder, you know what? I've seen them at Michael's, at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Amazon, or their website. They're not sponsoring me for saying this. Just throwing that out there. You know what? This is my go-to. I use their full-size glue gun as well. All right, so now we're just gonna glue the last 2 petals. Now, if you wanted to add an extra layer, you definitely could if you wanted that inner rosebud a little bit more fuller. Typically, I tend to do that with the larger ones, like my Template 92, which is roughly around the 15-inch one. Sometimes I like to add more of these. All right, so here's your first one. Now get that second one. You're gonna add some glue in the center. And then you're gonna add this to the center just like this, okay? Now we are gonna glue, oh, let me move that. Small dots of glue on the sides. And glue. Turn it. Glue, glue. Turn it. Okay, and then last one. Okay, so our little bud in the center is all done. So now we have the next petals. Let me just show you them because I don't want you thinking that they're all the same, because they're not size-wise. Just to show you. So this is the biggest petal right here. That is then the second largest. And then we have these smaller ones. Okay, so this rounder one, and then this one with like a little hump on the top. Okay, so these are the next 2 petals that are next, and we are going to need 2 of each. Now, typically, these are the next 2 petals that I use, but you could also, if you want to alternate it, do these 2 first. It's up to you. Honestly, it doesn't really make a difference. So we're just gonna stick with this one. I'm just gonna give them a curl. We're gonna add a little bit of glue to that corner. Okay, now I typically start this side where you kind of see this opening right here, because all the others you do not. So this is typically my go-to side first. Okay, now I am going to add a little bit of glue on the bottom end, and now I'm going to pinch. Okay, so this is what we want. So now we're going to repeat with that same petal. Now you're going to go opposite side. A little bit of glue on that bottom and pinch. Okay, we're done with those two. Grab your next two. Oh, these glue strings. I'm gonna grab my wooden dowel, give them a curl inward. Glue on that bottom corner. Now we're gonna go opposite. So now we have these, so now we gotta go this side. And then pinch. And then repeat. Hopefully my bracelets, the sounds are not annoying. They're my kids. My kids made them for Mother's Day, so if I don't wear them, I get told, why are you not wearing them? Okay, so there we go. So now we are done with those two. So now we're done with this little bud right here. Okay, so you should have two different petal sizes left, which is you have this rounder one and then this one. So we don't want the larger one. We want this round one now. We want 3 of these, okay? You're gonna get your wooden dowel. I'm just gonna give these a curl back. But this time, notice how I'm gonna place the petals. Before, when I was curling them, I was adding the glue here and then kind of gluing it, but we're gonna flip it around. Okay, now we're gonna add our glue to that corner. Now we're gonna find a corner. It does not matter what corner, just pick a corner. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna stick my petal underneath. Now I'm gonna add glue to the sides on the bottom. You don't wanna go too far up. And now we're going to pinch. Now you are working with hot glue, so just be mindful that your fingers will get stuck. And then if you kind of want to use your fingers to kind of pull those petals back. Next one, we're going to go to the next corner. So we did this corner, so now I'm going to go to the next corner next to it. Glue that petal down. A little bit of glue. And pinch. Right, sorry you guys. My husband came in. All right, so we're gonna add glue to this corner as well. Now we're not gonna go on a corner. Now we're just gonna go to this side right here. Okay, so this was corner, corner. Now this is going to be side, just like this. Now we're gonna add glue to the sides and then pinch. So this is what you should have. Okay. We are on to our last petals. So we need 6 of these. Now, typically with the original videos that I have on these, I do 9, but because I want this a little bit more simpler, I'm only doing 6. Honestly, it's all in your preference. If you want more layers, then of course you can add more layers. So same thing, 3, and now we're just gonna go in the corners. So I'm gonna go right here between these 2 petals. I'm gonna pinch. And notice how I'm also using this finger to kind of pull this center part and the center back. And then these, you don't want to get them too close. You want some sort of separation of the petals. Okay, now this corner between these 2 petals. Glue. Now please don't get frustrated, you guys, if you don't get it the first time. Roses honestly are the hardest flower to make, personally, I feel. Just requires patience and practice. Okay, so there's petal 1, petal 2. Let's go to petal 3. To this corner. And then gluing. Okay, so those are the 3 petals. So we are on to the last 3. And now you're going to go in between the petals. The sides and then pulling this back, so we're getting that separation. Okay, we're on to our last petal. Glue, glue. Okay. And we are all done, you guys, and that is it. Now again, remember I said typically I do 9 petals, so then you would then just go down here, since this was the first layer that we laid, so then you would add the next petal underneath here, underneath here, underneath here. But again, that's all in your preference. If you want them a little bit more fuller, all in your preference. I just wanted to keep these a little bit more simpler, especially because I have to make a lot of them. So just omitting that one last step is a lot. It's easier. It makes a difference, honestly. So that is it, you guys. That is my template 80. So our template can be found on my Etsy along with template 79. So again, remember they are sold separately, but assembled the same way. Okay, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.